All right, fellas, let's get into it. So, the NFC winners and losers from the draft. Law, hit me with them.
So I'm gonna start with my winners here. I know you guys gave me some crap for it.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we talked about it, you know, I went with the Lions as my winner.
What?
I mean, outside of that
Okay.
first running back pick, which I will give you, it was a little suspect, but
It
like
was a little high. It was a
they
little
had a
high.
plan. And maybe they know something that we don't. I mean, they're talking
I
to
hope
these
so.
guys on a consistent basis. We know what we know from TV, and that's about it. We don't get to talk to them. We don't know what his character's like. Maybe his character's perfect for that locker room. Maybe he likes to gamble. Um, their
Oh,
second pick in the first round, Jack Campbell. I mean, his name rhymes with gamble, so maybe that's why they picked him as well.
my
Uh,
goodness.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep spiraling here, but I mean,
Go ahead.
it was very interesting to see that the first four picks that the Lions had, they went Alabama, Iowa, Iowa, Alabama. Um,
Mm.
I mean, very good schools. Last year they were all ranked periodically within the top 25. I mean, Iowa's known strictly for being great at defense. Offensively, they're known for being one of the worst teams ever. But the tight end was the only thing that they weren't bad at. Tight end is the only thing they're ever really good at. I mean, you can look at Kittle. Kittle's up there. He's really good. Hawkinson. Well, they had an Iowa quarterback there not too long ago. He was pretty good. So they get Sam Laporta, and they know he's going to be pretty good out of Iowa. So he comes in there. He fills the basis for Jared Goff. I need that little check down every once in a while. I can throw it to my new running back, Gibbs, because they had to let the other running back walk because they couldn't pay everyone. But I think they knew they were going to move off DeAndre Swift. Man's always hurt, so come on, let's just cut our losses.
Street clothes.
Street clothes.
So, I mean, Jack Campbell at Iowa was a very good linebacker. He's someone who's going to be able to go in there and basically call your offense for you. I mean, not offense; they call their defense for you to line up against the offense. So I have no problem with that one at all. And I think the steal is Hendon Hooker in third round. The fact that they let Hendon Hooker fall to the third round, and basically, I mean, Jared Goff's contract's pretty hefty and big. We get it. So they can have the option to maybe talk him down to taking less money and moving forward with them, or maybe he doesn't want to. Well, Hendon Hooker's not going to be thrown into the fire. He's going to get a year behind a solid. It's not going to say Jared Goff's outstanding. He's not amazing, but he's a solid starter.
He had a good season. He bounced back last year.
He's someone who's going to get you enough wins to be able to be in the running for the playoffs. Yeah. Now you just got to make your defense good enough to get in the playoffs. So I mean, you got a nice running wide receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown, a new nice tight end in Laporta.
Yeah.
You got a new running back in Gibbs who's going to get you the ball outside. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run with ease. A little high in the picks, but it's okay. It's here or there. Now they got rid of one of their safeties. They gave him to the Falcons. He's been known to have some off the field troubles. That's okay. Let's just replace him in the second round with Brian Branch. Brian Branch out of Alabama.
Oh, you mean Jeff Okudah?
Yep, Jeff Okudah. He's had a lot of off the field problems.
Not really on the field.
Yeah. So let's just replace him with a Nick Saban guy we know who's not going to have any problems, not going to get us any headache. Yeah. Boom. He's going to fill in the holes right there. So then now, let's figure out what we can do. We need to fill up some holes, okay? Well, let's get a defensive end out of Western Kentucky. Some smaller schools probably didn't get a lot of publicity. Maybe he's really good. We don't know. We just don't know. But, he'll slide in right next to Hutchinson they just got. Mm-hmm. Hutchinson might teach him some moves. He's a pretty big body. Yeah. Can't really go along with interior D. Fifth round, let's just get some backup offensive tackle. Okay, we have two great offensive tackles on each side. One of them gets hurt. Let's fill them in with some Fuller, And then last but not least, round 6. I mean, North Carolina's offense last year was electric in the passing game. The fact that they let a North Carolina wide receiver fall that short, fall that far, you might as well just take him and see what can happen. It's the 6th round. You never know what's going to happen anyways. So overall, outside of that first maybe overtaking pick, but, we don't know what they were thinking. They saw running backs going off the board with the Falcons. That was questionable, but they saw running backs going off the board, and they had a plan. So they're like, well, crap. We want Jack Campbell, but, maybe we get Jack Campbell a little later and make sure we get our running back that we know we can win with. I think they did that. So then moving on to the team that I think did everything wrong based on what they need. I got the Cowboys. So the Cowboys' main problem probably was they need another wide receiver. You're constantly asking Lamb to do every single thing in the world. That's cool and all, but it would be nice to have some kind of help. But we're going to let your tight end walk, so you don't have a tight end blanket anymore. Your sure enough running back out of the backfield, he's gone. So now Tony Pollard's probably not going to be catching balls out of the backfield as much anymore. He's going to be getting pounded up the middle, and so we're kind of taking away your offensive weapons here. So let's not draft you a wide receiver until the 7th round. Okay, that's smart. That's cool. Makes sense. It's kind of what they do. You can argue that certain teams, maybe like the Houston Texans, did better this offseason getting some wide receivers than they did. It's kind of sad to say such a thing, but it's the truth.
Yeah. Getting Christian Kirk last year for the Jags was better than this.
Yep. So they didn't do anything to help their offense. 2nd round, they got Luke Schoonemaker from Michigan. He was good. I'm not going to say he's bad or anything, but there was other guys around, like maybe Laporta or yesterday we talked about the guy from Georgia. I can't think of his name at the moment.
Darnell
Washington.
He
was on the board.
Too?
I think Myers was too.
Wasn't Myers still on the board too?
Yep. There was still...
Was Musgrave too? It was a bunch.
I don't know about Musgrave. There was a lot of tight ends still on the board when they took Schoonemaker. He's good. He's more of a blocking tight end, which doesn't make sense if you get rid of your power back. Kind of questionable. So I get it. You want defense. You want some defense, but I think another thing, the problem with the team is their O-line is getting older and older and older. Well, they didn't address their O-line problem until round 5 with their offensive tackle out of North Carolina, which I always have problems with those kind of picks because, the ACC isn't really known for having the greatest defenses outside of, Clemson. ACC doesn't have any high-powered defenses. A lot of the ACC teams build their defenses around great secondaries because a lot of the teams are just about airing the ball out. So they kind of build their teams around, rushers, and airing the ball out. So corners, safeties, linebackers. Their weaknesses always have been, interior, except for Clemson, who does everything. Florida State, who kind of does everything. So 3rd and 4th round, let's just get 2 edge rushers. Now, this is the only thing that I think on this draft that they did right was they went after 2 edge guys. So it makes sense. I want another edge guy to come off the side. I've got 2 of them to pick from. Maybe both of them are good. So I can actually tell my all-star linebacker, you don't have to blitz every single time. You can go play coverage, or you can basically call the field and basically put yourself in the best position. You don't have to attack it every single time. You can hang back. You can just call it like you see it because you got good edge rushers. And then on 3rd down, you get your ass to that line and you take his ass out. That's what I need. That's what you should want. I think that's the only thing on this draft board that they did kind of right. On round 6, you got a corner. I don't really think you needed a corner. You got 2 good ones. I guess you need filler, but your team already had filler and corner, so maybe special teams. But then you got a running back. I get it. Deuce Vaughn. He was pretty good in college. His dad, is part of the Cowboys culture and all. He's part of the coaching staff. Yeah, so I get it.
He's a scout, right?
Yeah, it's this little sentimental moment, but you're gonna get Deuce Vaughn. You're getting Deuce Vaughn.
He's like 5'5".
Yeah,
real cute. Stay in line now.
I don't know. He's 5'5", like you said. Special teams wise, I don't know if 5'5" really cuts it or helps you out. So I don't know about that one. Maybe kick returning, but we don't know. He didn't do that in college, so probably not.
He's quick, but I don't know.
I don't really know what you're going to use him for. I mean, outside of Tony Pollard going down.
Somebody else got to play that role because he gone.
So I mean, there's a lot of questions here with their draft. I wouldn't say it's the worst draft. I think they did some things right, but you got to take someone who you think didn't do the best. I would just go with the Cowboys because there was so much more they could have done. They just passed it up on pieces they didn't really need, like defensive line. I mean, interior defense, I thought your defense was solid. You stopped the run really well. Maybe edge. Okay, you got 2 edges. But the tight ends, there was better tight ends on the board than what you got. You didn't get any offensive tackle, and last year your offense was hindered by the fact that your offensive line just was so old they kept getting hurt. And guess what? They just get older. So you're not making them younger by just keeping them there. And you didn't go out and get any big names for the position anyway. So, I mean, there's other teams out there that are at least trying. I mean, I gave the Bengals crap for their offensive line, but at least they went out there and they tried something.
They put money to it. You
just gotta try. That's the thing. You just gotta try.
Our owner's cheap too.
Right, right. $1 billion Jerry, and you can't go buy somebody. Mm-hmm. All right, those is good pace, Law. What about you, Markel? What you thinking? Win or losing?
Let's start. Lawrence started with the good. I'm gonna start with the bad. All right. So, hello there, and welcome to the MTL Sports Podcast. Thank you for watching this video clip of one of our most recent episodes. Please drop a like, drop a comment in the comment section below, and also please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the most recent MTL Sports Podcast content. For those that don't know, we are also available on Spotify for those who listen audio only. Once again, thank you so much, and this is the MTL Sports Podcast. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.